What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? It's your girl CC here, live in your face on no other than the one and only Diversity Podcast here this morning. Y'all already know what we're about, so I'm gonna just get right into it. I got my guy, my unk, somebody I look forward to seeing at least 3 times a month, once a week on the bass. Mr. Carlton Dixon.
What's up?
Representing his brand though today, his business Reveal Suits. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him introduce himself a little bit, and then we'll get into the topic of the day.
What's going on?
What's up?
First of all, so proud of you.
Appreciate you, man.
Just watching you grow. So proud of you.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? Carlson Dixon, founder, CEO of Reveal Suits. Been knowing this one forever, watching her grow up. So it's definitely my pleasure to be here. Look forward to telling you more about the brand. And, hey, let's get off into it.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, and when he says he seen me grow up, it's like two different parts. It's like he see me try and sing in the choir my whole life, and then he's also heard about, like, you know, me excelling in academics and all that good stuff. So
you're a beast on the poetry.
yeah,
with the flows.
I'm a hype man. I'm a poet.
There it is.
I'm not a singer for sure. I'm glad everybody knows. Okay, for sure, for sure. So one big thing we're about here on the Diversity Podcast is positive affirmations. So I want to go ahead and start out with that. I don't know if you thought of one, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw mine out there first. To all my beautiful guys, you know, I'm speaking to my man today. So I'm gonna just say, remember to read your Bible. Remember to get an affirmation in this week. Remember to find some light. I know I signed up for some type of subscription with this guy named Will on Instagram. Y'all look him up. And he sent me morning affirmations every morning. It's just to brighten up my day, whether it be about, you know, being in the trenches or, you know, it being a beautiful day and finding the joy in the day and keep that going. Don't let nobody stop your light. So seek it, y'all. Seek it, because sometimes it's not just going to fall in your lap. So, yeah, shine bright. What about you? What you got? Positive affirmation?
Positive affirmation. For me, I often go back to one, and it's just a real simple statement. It says, why not you? Or why not us? Whether it's you thinking about starting a business, you thinking about going back to school, you thinking about even as a people of color, as black people, we should be investing. We should be owning things. We should be. So why not us?
Period.
Grew up with just kind of the mindset of no excuses. Why not us? And I live by that. And whether it's having a seat at the most corporate of boardrooms, why not me? I belong there.
Period.
And I got what it takes to be there. So
Period.
that's my information. Why not you or why not us?
I kind of already know, but where would you say you got that motivation from? That spirit.
Listen, the no excuses, Glorious Dixon, man.
Yep, Mama D.
Yeah, just
Mama D.
No excuses. You gotta work 2 jobs, gotta work 2.5 jobs, you do what you can, and I still operate by that. So yeah, Mama D, Glorious Dixon, just had a birthday, by the way.
Yep, happy belated. Oh, I wanted to check up on Deuce. What?
Man,
How did he get in?
I told him he was just trying to get out of school, man. He was just trying to get out.
You know, it's like that sometimes. No, but is he okay?
Oh yeah, he's good. I had to drive down there, put my eyes on him, touch him up a little bit, and he's doing great. Everybody that knows Deuce, he's still Deuce.
He's strong.
He back. So just
bounce back.
Had a little something that kids go through. That is normal, by the way. So,
Okay, cool.
He's good.
Cool. Well, yes, I definitely think that positive affirmation is really beautiful, really important, because, you know, doubt is a big evil demon devil that comes for people. So
sure.
Don't doubt yourselves, guys. Like I said, look for that light. Remind yourself you are worth it, and you are worthy of whatever you want, whatever you desire. So don't forget that. But yeah, man, the title of this episode is going to be Suit Up, putting us on, man. This guy, he designs his own suits. He creates them. He has visions. He grabs visions from other people, and he just becomes a dynamic. I know Miss Nikki was supposed to be here too, so she's the wifey. So y'all two are a beautiful couple on the rise. I don't know everything on the ins and outs, but I just know I see y'all always coming up. So I wanted to have you here to kind of just talk to us about what it's been like, what it's like.
Hey, let's do it.
So first things first, really, before we get into the business side, I want to kind of get the aspect of the in between, like before the business. You know, I know you graduated from Austin, right? UT. So from there to the business, I know it was a few years. Like I said, I always see you on the bass. When I first met you and heard about the Fam Bam, it was always something musically inclined, and y'all are in the community, and everybody knows y'all. So what's that in between been like?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shout out to UT. I had the pleasure of playing a little basketball down there as well for the Longhorns. Graduated 4 years. Got in and out of there.
I feel
ain't do how you did it. You the beast.
That's when they
2 years, 2.5 years.
It's for our mamas. The mamas, they be pushing us, y'all.
Yeah, did that. Was fortunate to come back into the workforce. I got an education. I was a long time high school basketball coach. After my sister, she's the goat. She's the goat of coaches.
Now she do represent the city.
Yeah. She had been telling me for years though. She was just like, "Hey, go ahead and get certified. You'll enjoy this." And
in Dallas? Were you in Dallas?
Mm-hmm. And so I ended up doing that. Ended up ultimately becoming a high school athletic director. Shout out to my North Dallas Bulldogs.
Oh, okay.
So I was the athletic director and head basketball coach there. And then that's when this vision came. When the business, started forming in my head, the ideas, the concept. How can I make this work? I wasn't a fashion guy by any means, and so I was a sports guy.
Okay.
And so I was a basketball player. I wear sweats and flip
T-shirt.
flops and be good. Be good.
True.
And so I had to learn about fashion. I had to educate myself about what goes into a suit, what goes into manufacturing and the supply chain, the reveal piece of what we do. I'm rocking our Mavericks collection today.
Yes, sir.
Primarily, we're in the college space. So we have licenses for about 95 universities now, including PV. We got the
PV?
Yeah, we got the PV license.
Oh, wow. So maybe too much detail, but you go through what, like individuals? You go through?
No, so the NCAA has a licensing entity that controls all of that, and so we have to go through that entity to get approved.
Okay.
So we are an official NCAA licensee, and we have a couple of professional licenses as well, but the college space is our wheelhouse.
Perfect.
And, you talk about going from college to owning a business, the principles that I pulled from being on a college team, being a college student athlete, a lot of those principles apply. Even though I'm the founder and CEO, there's still an element of teamwork that goes into it. Sure. I'm not the graphic artist by any means, so I depend heavily on my graphic artists. I'm not the social media, juggernaut as I should be, so I depend on people to offer, give me recommendations and give me, so there's an element of teamwork that goes into that. You talk about being structured, as an athlete, I had to go to practice at this time. I had to go to training at this time.
That discipline.
We had the discipline, the structure. Same things apply. I'm kind of a creature of habit, but I can also fly off the handles too. We'll get more into that later, but when we talk about the operation of the business. But a lot of the same principles apply. I'm glad I had that experience as a college athlete, and it gives me it laid a good foundation for founding and running this business.
For sure. Did you know your audience initially was going to be college students, universities, all that good stuff?
So the initial thinking was, hey, I want as many young men and young women.
Yeah, what's the mission?
Looking good, feeling good, whether it's on game day when you're traveling and you're walking into those stadiums and you perk your chest up a little bit because you feel good, and you designed your own suit. Everything's custom, and so we give them the ability. I call them creative designers, and I walk into those rooms and say, hey, today you are the creative designers of your suit. They pick their fabric, they pick their buttons, they pick their lining. They tell me how many buttons they want on the front, on the sleeve. We give them a really good experience. And so I wanted to empower.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, kind of the same principles as coaching, being an AD. I want to empower young athletes when I coach, when I guide them as their athletic director. Now I'm kind of doing the same thing. I'm just empowering them through their suit.
For sure.
Their confidence goes sky high when the suit comes back, and
I was
they're
gonna
like,
say.
oh, I did this, you know.
So, okay, so kind of differentiate for me. You know, you had a sense of, you know, you had a Mama D in your life, so you had a sense of confidence about a lot of things. And so it wasn't really necessarily important for you to always wear a suit or have custom things. But then once you did, you know, educate yourself on that, and then, you know, you wanted to go into that business, you know, where did you see yourself when you do have those conversations with them and you kind of tell them, you know, you're the creator of this, like, do you kind of tell them like, no, this, like, or do you have to ever convince them that, you know, this suit is going to make you feel different, it's going to make you look different, you think differently, in a way of like how you hold yourself, or any kind of conversations like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you a quick example. We were at one school, and we were just, you know, I was taking them through the customization process.
Okay.
And, you know, it started to click with them. They were like, wait a minute, this is unlike any other suit that I've ever even thought of having. Wait, I'm picking this? I'm designing?
Yeah.
And so I had one guy, he raised his hand. And first of all, I was like, why are you raising your hand? But he raised his hand, and he was like, sir, I just have to tell you that I truly feel sophisticated now. Even in designing the suit.
Yeah.
He hadn't even gotten it back yet. But just the mere fact of going through that process, he was just like, I feel
That's
so
a different
sophisticated.
experience
It's a
for
different
people.
experience. Most times young people, I was this way, you know, oh man, I got to wear a suit. I got to put on a suit.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But when it's your suit and you did it,
Yeah.
you designed it, your name is inside it,
Yeah.
it's a totally different expectation.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure. Definitely. So I think that's now I know what differentiates you from, you know, just walking into a men's warehouse or
Yes.
any other kind of places. You know, you'll get the regular retail. Hey, how can I help you? This is the suit we have. So this
This
is
is the suit we have.
So
Yeah.
this is what you should fit.
No, it's a
into.
totally different experience. Even without our lining niche, we give them the ability to, like I said, you're the creative designer.
You can go from name to whatever brand you want, though.
You do whatever.
That is amazing. Like,
yeah.
that is awesome.
Yeah,
like,
you do whatever.
and you have silk, or it's always silk, or you can choose different.
As far as the inner lining,
Yeah.
So the inner lining is it's a silk poly
Okay.
blend. Our suits are 100% wool, fine wool, real lightweight. You know, more so benefiting those big athletic bodies. You know, we don't want them sweating with that heavy wool. And then it's the same for our, you know, those people who come to our website, those alumni, those fans, those PV alumni who come on our site and say, hey,
Y'all see my next show.
I want my black blazer with the gold PV lining, or I want it with the purple PV lining.
Yep.
We even give you that opportunity to create like that.
Different options.
Different options, yep. And so that makes us, the licensing alone makes us unique, but the licensing, the ability to customize, and the fact that we do men's and women's, you know, we're truly unlike any other company, CC, in the world for that matter.
Man.
For that matter.
Look at some of those pictures, man. I don't know. Just, they look beautiful. I know I heard you guys go to the Hall of Fame. Tell me a little bit about that, what that was like.
Man.
How many years has it been since you guys started?
So we founded the company 2016, October 2016, but it took a year to finalize our manufacturing, to finalize our licensing with
That's
the
what I was
incident.
gonna
It
say,
literally they take you through the ringer. They want to know everything about your company, everything about your production.
Would you have to have experience first for them to do all that stuff, or they're just looking to make sure it's legit?
They want to see a certain amount of samples.
Okay.
So I'm sending samples in. If that UT orange isn't the right color, they're gonna reject it. If that PV purple ain't the right color, they're gonna reject it. And so you got to know, you know, I feel like I got a master's in color codes because you got to know Pantone colors and PMS colors.
Wow.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And but you know, rightfully so, these schools are protective of their brands.
Yeah.
And so you better use the right logo.
For sure.
And you better use the right color. So it was, you know, 2017 was really the first time we went to market. Our very first program was Baylor football. They bought suits for their juniors and seniors. So that was our first opportunity to get on the campus, to measure up. That was our first fitting. You know, that was, you know, me, Nikki, a couple other people went down, and we were just like, hey, It's round one.
Oh, here we go.
Let's make it work.
Here we go.
We had never done a fitting before, but it felt good.
Was it just y'all two? Or did y'all have a couple more people?
No, had a couple more people
crew
who went with us, and then we contracted with a local tailor in Waco
Okay.
to do the measurements. And that's part of our operation, too. If we go to LSU, we go to Tallahassee, wherever we go,
You'll find different.
we have different partner
Oh,
tailors
wow.
in the different cities who come and help us.
That's a lot of work, man.
Because you think about it, we're seeing 100, 120 folks.
Yeah.
120 players
So that's a
when
lot
you talk
too.
about football.
Yeah.
And then we do what's called a Dress for Success program. We have that in about 12, 13 schools now. This is where athletic departments, they pay for business attire for their graduating seniors
Okay.
who are about to go on those job interviews, internships. That's typically about 100, 110 at a time as well.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so
beautiful.
yeah, we got to have enough staff to be prepared to be efficient with our fitting.
Man, that's what's up. That's beautiful. Okay, tell me a little bit about the Hall of Fame, how that came into
Yeah,
to
so
play.
I mean, through our, through what we hope has been our hard work and successes so far, my phone will ring one day at the office, and guy was just like, "Hey, my name is blah blah blah. I'm with the Naismith Pro Basketball Hall of Fame," and I'm like, "Okay, what you want?
Yeah.
You got the right number?" And he was like, "We've been following you guys on social media, on LinkedIn. Our contract with our jacket provider has just expired, and we think what you guys do is so cool. We were having meetings about you the other day. Seriously?
Like me?
And we think what you guys can bring, because they wanted to modernize they had had the same vendor for 50 years.
Okay.
Nothing bad about that vendor, but they wanted to modernize their jackets, and they wanted to give their inductees a chance to design the
That
inside
experience.
of they wanted to give their inductees
That experience.
Instead of just saying, "Hey, here's your jacket."
Yeah.
And so now it becomes personal.
That's what's
And
up.
so we were, the Chris Bosh, Paul Pierce,
I seen
Chris
'em.
Webber. Now these guys got uniquely designed. They're all the same, and they're actually up right now.
Yeah. Look
They
at
all
those
got
pictures.
the same exterior color, which is going to remain the same. But now these guys get the opportunity to design how they want
Wow.
to design it on the inside.
For sure, definitely.
And probably an experience that guys like that have never had.
You can't put like my whole family on the inside of that, can you?
I sure can.
No,
I
dude.
have you, Charlie, Mama, Sandra's. Hey,
You
have
crazy.
y'all all over the
Yeah,
line.
just
Yeah.
like bam, bada
Oh,
boom,
yeah.
bada bang.
What's up, Charlie?
Oh no.
Charlie.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But yeah,
I
no,
have to go pick her up.
that partnership, we're going to look back on that in a few years and say that's what changed everything.
For sure.
Because coming out of 2020, you think about the worst of the pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was doing what we're sitting there doing now, on a Zoom, on a Ring Central,
Mm-hmm.
at their house. Ain't nobody going anywhere. The suit industry was the worst industry to be a part of. Honestly, in 2020, I don't mind sharing this.
That's how.
From an individual sales standpoint, the whole 2020, we might have sold 10 jackets.
What?
Now, what kept us afloat were our relationships with the schools, and the schools saying, "Hey, we're going to keep this program going for our seniors. We're going to keep this
For the next year.
keep providing them this business attire for their interviews, because we still want to show that we care about them." So thankfully we had enough schools to do that. That kind of helped steady the ship.
Yeah.
I had to downsize staff by 2 or 3 people.
Okay.
2020 was tough.
Yeah.
And honestly, and I love talking honestly about anything.
Yeah, please do.
I was looking for
A different.
coaching that athletic director job a
Look.
couple of days. I was just like, ooh, it's pandemic.
Considering.
Pandemic might kill us.
Yeah, considering a little side job. But that's crazy though, that you can, even to get to that point is like, I have my own business and now you considered it. I don't know if you went back. You didn't
No.
go back, right? But I might need, the 9 to 5 as a side hustle versus it being flipped, you
And
know?
it was a long shot. I mean, I missed coaching, being an AD, of course, but
Yeah.
Reveal had gotten, thankfully had grown to the point to where, yeah, I could have used a 9 to 5, but that couldn't have been a 9 to 5, not with the level that Reveal had reached.
Yeah, where you're trying to go. That's what I'm saying.
And, I could have done some sit at home, telemarketing thing maybe, but
And you wouldn't feel empowered. I bet you.
Reveal, exactly. Reveal had just gotten to the place to where I had to pull up my bootstraps and make it work, and put my big boy pants on and pull us out of this thing. So, but we'll look at that Hall of Fame
Hey, Mama. Hey, y'all.
partnership.
Hey, Phoebe. Hey, all
What
y'all.
up? What up? What up?
Hey, all y'all. Joey, what's up?
We'll look at the Hall of Fame partnership as what changed Reveal, changed the course of Reveal.
That's what's up. That is awesome. That's beautiful. Now, I did want to, I don't want to highlight too much. I don't like really talking too much about downfalls, but I love giving insight. I think, I don't know what year, it might have been the same year, but wasn't there like an incident where like it was fraud or something like that?
Oh.
Y'all experienced like
Lord.
something happened? I was like, man, y'all was just on the rise. What
Man.
happened?
So that was so what we did. I launched Reveal Medical.
Okay.
In April of 2020, just kind of in response to the pandemic. We decided, and our manufacturers were also making. They had the raw materials to make masks and gloves and things like that.
Okay.
So we were offering that to our schools for the most part.
Okay. I thought you were gonna make like doctor suits or something like
no,
that with the
no,
medical
no.
jackets, because I was
Nah,
like,
nah,
whoa, that's
nah.
crazy.
So it was PPE related.
Okay, cool, perfect.
And there was just so much scamming going on out there with PPE, and we were just the victims of that.
sense.
We were the victims of that. Guy brought some stuff under a false name, false everything, and it was a pretty sizable purchase, and then he filed a dispute, and that was the scam. We purchased under this fraud credit card, fraudulent name, fraudulent everything, and then they get the product.
And then
They want to come pick it up as opposed to it being shipped to have their address on file. And us, we were raw. We were rookies in that. And a month later, he filed a dispute, which pulled the money out. And so we lost the production money for the
and
PPE and the profit that we made.
oh no.
Yep. So lesson learned.
That was before 2020.
That was
One.
around August, September 2020.
2020.
Yep.
Okay.
They
Man.
got us.
He said they got.
Give me once, but
Look,
don't give me again.
he got that mindset, y'all. That
Yeah,
sport mentality. You like
no.
you take one L, but you ain't gonna take another.
It's like basketball. All
Yeah.
right, you made a good move. But
That was good.
you ain't doing
That's
that move again.
good. Yeah, not that one. Not that one. That's good. That's good. Man, that's crazy. Well, I'm proud of seeing y'all afloat. Y'all doing the thing. Where would you say y'all have a vision for doing more than this? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Hall of Fame is.
We're just getting started. In the next couple of years, we'll be the official suit partner of one of the major sports leagues. I truly believe the NBA, the NFL, MLB, it's gonna happen.
Wow.
Or the whole NCAA. I'm going ahead and calling that right now.
Yeah, put it out there. Put it out there. Claim it.
Yep.
Cool thing, man. Well, I was gonna say, if we could, Casey got all this stuff on the screen messing with me. If we could, I want to talk a little bit about just kind of in depth of maybe your day to day. So
Yep.
it not being a 9 to 5, showing people what it's like. This is it takes. I feel like, being a business owner definitely takes more work than someone who's doing a 9 to 5 on it, or even maybe someone in management or, just high up in corporate.
Yep.
And I feel like it's just, you need some perception, giving people insight and,
Sure.
and motivation on that too.
Oh yeah. Typically my day starts. Try to get a workout. Try to get a workout in.
Y'all, he's telling stories. He just played 4 back-to-back pickup games before he got here. He was like, Cece, can we move it back 30 minutes? I'm like, no.
She wouldn't let me, y'all.
Like,
She
let's
wouldn't let me.
go. Like, he still got the 6-pack that he's playing, but go ahead.
No, that's a lie. The six pack is like a 3.5 pack right now.
Who cares?
Anyway, back to the day to day.
Cool.
So typically my day starts. I wake up really taking you back into the operation. Our manufacturing is done overseas in Asia.
Okay.
13-hour time difference, and so I could have a slew of WhatsApp messages from my manufacturer. At 4:30, 5 o'clock a.m. when I wake up. And now I got to respond to 10 messages that they asked throughout the course of their work day.
Yeah.
And so I'll spend some time doing that. Nikki will as well. And then after we get done, I typically have them until about 8 o'clock our time, 8 a.m. our time. And then
So wait, you start at 4:30 our time?
4:35, yeah. Yep. Sometimes I may sleep it in and intentionally not wake up until about 7 because of what I'll get to later. But typically the work day is, who am I reaching out to today? Business prospecting is what they call it.
Yep, prospect.
Right now we're heavy into college football. We're trying to line up as many college team sales for the fall, but that starts right now. So
Yeah.
today, this time, it's a lot of college football outreach. I'll typically do that in the mornings to get in people's inboxes to where hopefully I'll hear from them throughout the day. So I'll try to do a lot of outreach. But then there's just a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. I have licensing compliance that I need to make sure is in place. So, I'm doing some licensing stuff for about 30 minutes a day. Our insurance, I may have a certain school want to change the insurance requirements, so now I got to get a separate COI for that university. And then our phones are ringing throughout the day, which is a good thing. So sometimes I'm the receptionist too. So
I almost called y'all and I wanted to see if you were going to pick up.
Should have called.
But I didn't.
Reveal Suits, this is Carlton. I'm in. And then, so there's a lot of that. Returned emails, return calls. And then there's a social media component. I got to pick up the phone at some point and throw something out there. Put something on LinkedIn. We got to stay relevant.
Yep.
Got to stay seen.
Man.
Our partnerships, see some of our partnerships like the Big 12, the Naismith. I try to tag along with their activity on social media and retweet and share and things like that. Then there's some accounting that goes on a daily basis, touching base with our CFO, just making sure that we're good in that regard.
What hour are we on in the day?
Oh man, at this point it could be 2-3 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then around that time, around 3 or 4, I don't always succeed in doing this, but I try to decompress. I'll leave the phone, leave the iPads, leave the desktop. I'll just go in the kitchen, make me a little snack, and I'll get about 30 minutes of just TV or something to where I just don't see any email. I don't see anything. No Zoom calls, no anything like that. And then typically that would be the end of a day, but it starts back with us around 7 o'clock p.m. Because why? That's when our manufacturers are going to work.
So there.
It's 8 a.m. there.
Start contacting.
And now we got to start talking about, hey, what's about to be shipped today? Do I have tracking numbers for this order, order?
Yeah.
That could go on sporadically, probably between 7 and 9. And then after 9, me and Nikki try to do a good job of just, decompressing. Hey, what's on the DVR? Let's eat. Let's
talk.
Make a margarita.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
Because you got to keep that balance too. And again, I haven't always done the best job of that. I've worked myself to migraines before.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Again, you talk about the differences of running a business in the 9 to 5. It's just totally different because everything that we do, everything that I do, every email that I send, every color that I choose, that's representative of the business, and that's what's going out there. And so that's a lot of responsibility, a lot of self-pressure, if you will. And it's a lot of self-pressure too, and we can get into this now or get into it later, but being a black-owned business, there's a stigma out there that we're less than, that the quality is less than, that the service is less than. And so I pride myself on, hey, you ain't gonna say that about us. Right. Now, have we always been perfect? No. Have we screwed up an order in 5 years? Absolutely. Who hasn't? But I take those harder. Yeah. Because in my mind, I'm just like, man, we can't afford to do that.
Perfectionist. You
gotta be perfect, and we not gonna be perfect. But I still feel like I gotta be perfect because it's like sometimes I feel like they waiting on
us to mess up
because we this, right? And so that's a lot of pressure. Yeah. And when I go into meetings and I'm the only black person in a boardroom full of 10 probably older white guys, hey, I felt it both ways. I've gone in there and, hey, let's go. What's up? I'm right there with y'all.
Yeah.
Right. But I've also, and I've come home and told Nikki about this, and one day actually kind of had tears about it.
Okay.
Because of I just felt like I felt the bad energy in that room, and I was like, oh, they on this.
Yeah.
They on this BS today.
That vibe.
Yeah, they on this BS today, and where the emotion came from, I was like, why does it have to be like this?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be like
especially just walking into the room? Do you feel like there was anything where you made them like there was a switch, or it was just like
it's a threat because I got something they ain't got. Right? I got something they ain't got. And
product confidence.
I've heard the statement, oh man, I can't believe nobody else has thought of this. Or I've heard, oh man, I should have thought about it. Well, you didn't. I did.
Give me my props.
Now
like
deal with it.
Like
right?
period.
And so there's a lot, and I talk about all this just kind of when you talk about what the day consists of.
Yeah.
There could be some things that just totally throw off the whole day. And I may take, you talk about, Nick and I were having a conversation about mental health last night. And there are sometimes, I've taken off a Wednesday, a Tuesday, because I know that I need to, right? And I'll send Nikki, Carlisa, Mama, Lawanda, Elaine, I'll send them a message, say I am powering off my phone for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And so if you need me for whatever, if you need me for something, get Nikki.
How long did it take you to be able to get to that point? Because being able to because you said you were like basically a workaholic, and you have to be when you're a boss, when you're an owner. So how long, how many years, or were you that type of person to self-care before?
No.
Got it.
Because I was in competitive mode.
Okay.
I was in athlete mode.
Yeah.
And I got to
How
win.
them toes looking?
I got to win. They're good. That second one a little long.
Oh, man.
And I got something going on in that second toenail. How you gonna ask me that?
I'm just saying.
You gonna call me?
You just gotta. It's been years.
That second one needs some work.
Okay.
That second one needs some work.
But
no, it took me 4 years to really understand. Man, I gotta sit down somewhere.
Yeah, it's okay to take a break.
To sit down
to breathe.
But that's just me. I want to build the company, and I'm gonna give it all I have, and I'll sit down at some point.
When you feel like it's time. But I'm proud of you taking the times, the Wednesdays, Tuesdays. Y'all remember that, business owners, that it's important. It's okay to take a break.
What up, Christy? Christy, no.
Yeah, man,
Christy,
funeral
no.
director, like she's come a long way.
Oh,
Y'all,
man, proud
y'all
of
gonna
Christy.
see this new piece I wrote, and I'm shouting y'all out. I feel like y'all gonna be proud. Y'all see next Sunday. But yeah, man, I'm proud. I'm proud to see it. I'm glad to be here to receive it, so I can take the advice. Doing this podcast thing is cool. I love it. I enjoy it. I love talking to people. I love reaching out to people. Like you said, it's all about prospecting, networking, building those relationships with people.
Who knows what this brand can become, right?
Who knows?
And it's the same thing. Humble beginnings, and we had it, and not to say that we've reached the Men's Warehouse level by no means, but we're climbing. We're climbing. And ultimately, that's where we would love to be.
I was gonna say
same thing for your day.
Locations. You guys thinking about locations?
So we're hopefully opening up our new showroom. So we were officing out of Grand Prairie for 3 years, right off 360.
Okay.
We let that lease expire back in October.
This past year.
Yeah, the renewal. It was time to renew. I just didn't want to renew there. It was time to move into the actual showroom storefront.
Okay.
And so looking at a few locations right now. And will definitely be somewhere. My hope is April 1st, but certainly going into the summer.
Jeez.
We'll be somewhere.
That's awesome. That's exciting.
We'll have the big reveal.
Yeah, look at that.
At that time.
Look at that.
Yep.
Who thought of the name? I never got
So
to
I got to
ask.
give that to my, I have one business partner.
Okay.
And we were meeting with the marketing agency actually out of Fort Worth when we were talking about names. And we throwing all kind of stuff out there.
Yeah.
Probably for about a week. And then my business partner's name is David. David called me one day, and he was driving. I'll never forget this conversation. He was just like, "What about Reveal?" I was like, "Reveal?" He was like, "'Cause literally, that's what you're doing. You're revealing your school,
Yeah.
your favorite team.
You.
And I was like, you're revealing you. And I was like, oh, yeah, where passion meets fashion. Oh, let's do that.
I like
Let's
it. Passion
go.
meets fashion.
Yeah, let's go.
I like
And
it.
so, yeah, I give him that credit for sure. Yeah, 'cause my names,
Shout out to you.
I was tossing all kind of stuff out there. Some
It's okay.
Greek names.
Yeah. Well, you be thinking real hard. It's
Italian translations
man,
for fashion.
say,
yeah.
Look,
Oh, yeah, I'm embarrassed of the names that I was throwing out there.
I definitely understand. Yeah.
But yeah, reveal.
Humble beginnings. I love it. I love it. I love it. I did kind of want to go back into the whole, just because I know she was going to be on the show, the whole mental health and how those conversations go after being in the boardroom. And then we can kind of go into just being a black male and,
Yep.
you know, needing positive energy when going into creating your own small business or maybe having a partner by your side, needing that internal support. And then, because, you know, last show I was talking to my girls being in a relationship and us starting our own businesses. You know, not all the times they want to hear everything we got to say, you know, and not every single idea. But are y'all actual partners or like co-op or
Myself and
Nikki?
I mean we're co-founders.
Gotcha, co-founders. Okay,
Co-founders,
cool.
yep,
Yeah, so
yep.
just
She,
being able to go home.
She operates. She oversees kind of our manufacturing operations, our order operations when it's time for order to be processed.
Big stuff.
She kind of follows that from start to completion, or from submission to completion. Communicates tracking numbers, things like that.
That's big,
so
major.
But co-founders, she was right there on that floor when we were laying out jackets and putting pieces of paper where the logos could be.
Yeah.
That's the picture I should have sent you. I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
But, yeah, she's been right there from the start. So
I love her. Okay, cool. So how?
She aight.
Nuh-uh, don't do her like that. That's the auntie. Okay. How is it though? Like, how does it feel knowing that you know you have that support, being able to go home, and then you know how does it feel being in that boardroom and having those types of feelings, and then you know alleviating that pain in your partner?
In my partner Nikki.
Yes.
Okay.
Not your business partner.
Gotcha.
Or maybe do you go and have those conversations? Is he black as well?
Older white gentleman.
Okay,
Yeah,
exactly.
older
Yeah,
white
or that
gentleman.
too. Both
But
of those.
But the thing I like about him, shout out to David Fennessy.
Hey, David.
The thing I like about him is that I'm able to enlighten him on the black male experience.
Ally.
Right.
For sure.
I'm able to tell him, hey man, I think this meeting was some BS. I think it was some BS energy in this, and here's why. I'm able to talk about what the stigma of black businesses has typically been. So I appreciate that about him.
Perfect.
You talk about, just kind of, the different feelings from the standpoint of Nikki and I running the business. That ain't always been roses. You talk about me, keeping it real, leaving a good job with a good salary as an AD to go out on my own and, to have that support. And then during those stages of us crawling and that slow crawl, it's some, say, bro, what we doing?
Like,
what we doing?
Yeah.
Where's the payoff?
Yeah.
And it was tough. It's been tough. We've had to have some
Come to Jesus
painful
moments.
discussions. Had to look at spreadsheets, look at what's coming in, look at what we need to pay, and it's been tough.
Yeah.
It's been tough. But again, just kind of that belief in, that belief in us betting on ourselves, me betting on myself. I never doubt that she hasn't trusted it. And she'll voice, about this progress, but like, when is it going to pay off?
Yeah.
When will we
see results?
Yeah. And so
it's a process.
It's a process. Yep, it's a process. And we just had to go through it. And we are, when I tell you we're right there, and 2022 could be that year that, we're just like,
yeah,
we can breathe, and
Yeah.
here it is. We become profitable, and
Awesome.
just all of that. So,
Affirmations, good energy out
Yeah.
into the world that is going to happen, that
Yeah,
is happening.
And energy is important.
For sure.
You know, kind of briefly touch on what you asked about in regards to walking into boardrooms and walking into meetings. You know, I'm walking into college presidents' offices, right? Athletic directors, and trying to sell them on my product.
Right.
And here's why you should go with me, and here's why you should trust me. I know when I don't really have a chance, and it may just be a token meeting. I can feel that. But more times than not, I feel that the interest is very genuine. The interest is solid, and they're like, "Oh, we believe in this." I feel that more often, but there are some times, you know, be like, "Oh, that was a waste of time." They got the good old boy thing going, and I'm just not gonna be a part of that. I can feel it. I'll come home and tell Nikki, be like, "No,
that wasn't it, baby.
We're not getting that one. Yeah, we're not getting that one." And so it's unfortunate that, you know, there's a need to.
Does that hinder your direction in going and talk to people like that? Or does that just push you in a different direction to go?
If anything, it's more motivating. You know, I come in confident. I come in just like, you know, hey, I'm going to get this deal. We're going to get this deal. And
claim it.
You ain't got no choice but to go with us.
Period.
Because these other suits can't do what our suits can do for you. Other thing people don't know, we sell a PV suit, a UT suit. We get anywhere. I got to give anywhere between 10 and 15% back to the university for the use of that license. So the more suits that they put out with us,
the more we giving back. See?
And the more revenue that the schools generate.
Look,
so it's I
need to go around for y'all. Like, y'all don't understand. You missing out.
You're missing out.
You missing out. Okay.
Like this,
we're here.
We're
here in action.
This little dealer suit don't do nothing for your school.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Let's go.
But
that's what's up.
Yeah, more and more people are starting to get it, starting to see like, oh, this could be a win all around, and this guy has created something that's pretty freaking cool.
Amazing.
Yep.
Cool thing, man. Well, I personally enjoyed you being here today. One thing we're really also big on, diversity. We kind of analyze different verses and then just see what our passion or our life and death factor is. And I see that for you, I don't know, but that it was your own business. You know, that's and then being able to have that motivation and energy around you is just what keeps you going. It keeps you motivated. And honestly, I'm the same way. A lot of energy, people around me. It keeps me going. It keeps me with innovation and ideas prospering. And sometimes it's the doubt. I love when people doubt me. Because it just makes me try harder. And if I fail, who cares? I'm always going to get back up. But what I was going to say is that we always like to analyze music verses here. So I tried to ask you before the show. We're about to head out, by the way, too. But Medea, Tyler Perry, he dressed up as Mary J. Blige in his suit, right? Like in the same costume that she had when she performed at the Super Bowl.
I still haven't seen
and
it.
Yeah, you need to see that. But I want to ask because you're not that old, but you older than me. So I just got to ask from one generation to another. You got Mary J. Blige or you got Fantasia? Who you choosing?
Who would I go see? Or who's the better singer? Fantasia's the better singer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Fantasia's the better singer. It's not even close. But Mary J. has the better songs. Does that make sense?
I guess.
Fantasia's the better. She has the better voice.
Range.
She can do more vocally.
Okay.
But when it comes to jams, Mary.
Did you see her walk though? She was like crib walking the whole time. I see.
Mary.
Okay. I only got baby mama on here, so I can only play
on.
Fantasia. But yes, that's crazy. Okay, I just want to see.
Yeah.
I feel like Mary J is definitely a performer. I feel like she's all around. But I recently seen this video. I think it was Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia. They were on whatever one of those singing shows were, and they were like together? The finalists. Yeah, they were the finalists. Oh, it was Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia, and some other person. And I think Jennifer Hudson had won because she got range.
Yeah, she can go.
Okay, yeah, Jennifer Hudson or Fantasia?
J Hud.
Yeah,
Jennifer Hudson.
For sure.
Yeah.
She done went from big body to little body and can still hit every note. Way watch you out. Okay, listen. I love you, Unc. I appreciate
Love
you for
you too,
being
girl.
here. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Miss Christy, mama, sister, brother, all
Shout
y'all. This is for your family. This is for.
Let me give a quick shout out to Christy too.
Okay,
Christy
go ahead.
saw this. She saw this business at the very beginning. She was one of few people who I confided in, who I shared the vision with. Christy rocked with me for a minute to help get this thing started. So, very special shout out to Christy. I love you, Christy, girl.
Yeah, y'all. Mansfield Funeral Home.
Baby.
She helped me bury my daddy, y'all. But she also be putting people on. Get you some insurance
Yep.
so you can be taken care of. Okay.
Yeah, one of the sharpest women out there. Period. Shout out to Christy.
It's that mindset, y'all.
right.
Get that mindset. But no, we're about to head out. I did want to go ahead and shout out my my guy. I didn't get to play some of his music today, but Vito.Rone, if y'all want to go ahead and check him out as well. Just a young artist, y'all. We're all about putting people on platforms, bringing light to Black and brown people. So here we are. Reveal yourself, y'all. Get yourself suited and booted. Hit him up on a social media platform, Reveal Suits, and then also show us some love on Diversity Podcast, y'all. We love you. I appreciate you, Unc.
Great job.
All right. Thank you, man.
Proud of you.
Thank you. And we will see y'all next week, okay? Ciao.
Holla.